So Tina, I just want you to start tapping. So we've been talking about the gentle techniques, and you volunteered. Thank you. So talk to me about what's coming up for you that you decided to be a demonstration for the gentle techniques.
It's part of the memory that I was tapping on yesterday. We were using movie technique for it. And do you want me to kind of go through right now some of what that memory is?
Well, I'd like to ask you, because you are an EFT student and you know about the techniques, which technique do you think will most suit what you want to work on for you?
Maybe chasing the pain.
All right.
Yeah.
So if there's part of the memory that you've already worked on and you're comfortable to talk about that, yep, please let me know what pre-frames it all to put me in the context of it.
Okay. So there was a memory I had of when I was around 12 years old and my sister was 9. And I had a lot of anger then, but I don't think I really realized it as like a lot of anger. And my sister anyway, I wasn't very close to my other siblings. And I spent a lot of time alone in my room. And I just remember there's this one day that she knocked on my door, and I don't remember if she'd been bothering me beforehand or not, but I just remember opening the door and basically being like, what do you want? And that was kind of one of the crescendos that we tapped on already yesterday, was like that, opening the door.
Yeah.
And then me feeling like just like a ball of just like this dark anger.
So you just did a big sigh.
Yeah.
Then you just did a big sigh. Was that still just releasing, or was there still some charge?
Maybe I do feel maybe just some like butterflies in my stomach just telling this, like even when the beginning. Yeah. But maybe it's like an anticipation of like the rest of it. Maybe I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's just do that. Even though I've got these butterflies in my stomach.
Even though I've got these butterflies in my stomach.
As I'm telling this
Feel
story.
some emotion as well. Yeah.
And some emotion.
Yeah. As I'm telling the story.
In anticipation of what's coming up.
Yeah, possibly in anticipation of what's going to come up.
I'm okay sitting here right now.
I'm okay sitting here right now.
And I let my stomach and those butterflies know.
And I let my stomach and those butterflies know
that I'm safe right here, right now.
That I'm safe right here, right now.
Even though it might be about anticipating what's coming up next.
Even though it might be about anticipating what's coming up next.
And I've had some butterflies in my stomach.
And I have some butterflies in my stomach.
I let my stomach know.
I let my stomach know.
That right here, right now, I'm safe.
That right here, right now, I'm safe.
Even though I've had some butterflies in my stomach.
Even though I've had some butterflies in my stomach.
Talking about the story.
Talking about the story.
And I had a big sigh.
And I just had a big sigh.
And it might be in anticipation of what's coming next.
And it might be in anticipation of what's coming next.
I let my stomach and my body know.
I let my stomach and my body know.
I'm safe right here, right now.
I'm safe right here, right now.
I'm safe here with Jenny.
I'm safe here with Jenny.
And there's all these other people on the workshop tapping along.
And there's all these other people tapping along. So who knows if maybe that was part of the butterflies too.
Yeah, maybe that was part of the butterflies, just being a demonstration person.
It could be part of it, yeah. Just being a demonstration.
But I let my body and my stomach know.
But I let my body and my stomach know.
I'm safe right here, right now.
But I'm safe right here, right now.
And I am going to be using the gentle techniques.
And I'm going to be using the gentle techniques.
And I know Jenny will be gentle with me.
And I know Jenny will be gentle with me.
So maybe I can let those stomach butterflies go.
So maybe I can let those stomach butterflies go.
Okay, so come back to here. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels better. Yeah.
Okay. So you got to the part where your sister knocked on the door, on your bedroom door, and you opened the door and you said, what do you want?
Yeah, what do you want? Yeah. And then I can't remember exactly like what we said, and I didn't make the decision to do it, but I just pushed her into my room with so much force. It was almost like, fine, you want to come in my room and bother me, come in. And I pushed her with so much force that she, as a 9-year-old, just like skidded, like hit her head on the ground and like skidded on the ground. We tapped on that as well, and that part feels better. I was crying a lot yesterday thinking of it, but now I know the next part will be just, I didn't like apologize to her.
All right. Thinking about that next, just thinking about that next part.
Just thinking about that next part.
What are you feeling in your body and where?
Making sure it's not my clothing I'm feeling around my neck. Maybe some tightness behind my shoulder.
Okay, and what is it out of 10?
It's actually not too bad, maybe a 4.
All right. And does it have a color or a shape?
Not really, no.
Okay. Even though I have this 4 out of 10 tightness in my shoulder.
Even though I have this 4 out of 10 tightness in my shoulder.
When I think about the next part.
When I think about this next part.
I accept myself and how my body's feeling.
I accept myself and how my body's feeling.
Even though I have this tightness in my left shoulder, right shoulder.
Even though I have this tightness in my right shoulder.
When I think about the next part.
When I think about the next part.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And this 4 out of 10 tightness.
And this 4 out of 10 tightness.
Even though I have this 4 out of 10 tightness in my right shoulder.
Even though I have this 4 out of 10 tightness in my right shoulder.
When I think about the next part.
When I think about the next part.
I accept myself and how my body's feeling.
I accept myself and how my body is feeling.
This tightness in my right shoulder.
This tightness in my right shoulder.
When I think about the next part.
When I think about the next part.
I'm not going there right now.
I'm not going there right now.
But I'm thinking about going there.
But I'm thinking about going there.
And when I think about going there.
And when I think about going there.
I feel this tightness in my right shoulder.
I feel this tightness in my right shoulder.
This 4 out of 10 right tightness in my right shoulder.
This 4 out of 10 tightness in my right shoulder. This 4 out of 10 tightness in my right shoulder. This 4 out of 10 tightness in my right shoulder.
All right, so just take a deep breath when you're thinking about going there now for the next part. Just thinking about going there, not going there. Is there anything in your body? Okay. All right. So do you feel okay to go to that next part? So if you go there to that next part and without saying anything about it, just tell me about what you're feeling in your body when you go there. So just tap on the side of the hand, close your eyes and go to that next part and just tell me what you're feeling in your body when you do go there.
Some butterflies again. And some, just like a little bit of emotion.
Yep. And is that emotion, what name would you give that emotion?
Maybe like, I don't know, it's like if it's regret or maybe a little bit of shame or just like feeling bad. Just feeling bad.
Out of 10?
Maybe like a 5 or 6.
Even though I have this 5 or 6 feeling bad emotion in my stomach.
Even though I have this 5 or 6 feeling bad emotion in my stomach.
And I'm not sure what emotion to call it.
I'm not sure exactly what emotion to call it.
But it doesn't feel good.
But it doesn't feel good.
And I feel it in my stomach.
And I feel it in my stomach.
I accept myself and my body.
I accept myself and my body.
Even though when I do go to the next part of the memory.
Even though when I do go to the next part of the memory.
I feel this feeling in my stomach like butterflies.
I feel this feeling in my stomach like butterflies.
And it doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good.
It feels bad.
It feels bad.
And I'm not sure what emotion to call it.
I'm not sure what emotion to call it, but just that I think that I just feel bad. I feel bad for my sister and that I did that.
I feel bad for my sister
Yeah, I feel bad for my sister
that I did that.
that I did that.
I
And
accept
I didn't
myself
apologize. Yeah, and I accept myself
and how I feel,
and how I feel.
even though I didn't apologize.
Even though I didn't apologize.
And I feel bad for my sister.
I feel bad for my sister.
And I feel that in my stomach. 6 out of 10.
It was like but maybe like a 5 or 6. Yeah, 5 or 6 out of 10. Yeah. It's a little
Right.
better now than the butterflies. Yeah.
I accept myself and these butterflies.
I accept myself and these butterflies.
And I ask my body to help me process and release them.
And I ask my body to help me process and release them.
All the way back to that 12-year-old.
All the way back to that 12-year-old. And everyone involved, I guess, since my sister too. Yeah.
These 12-year-old feelings.
These 12-year-olds feelings.
Butterflies in my stomach.
Butterflies in my stomach.
I didn't apologize.
I didn't apologize. And instead I blamed her, actually. Yeah.
I blamed her.
I blamed her.
I blamed her.
I blamed her.
These butterflies in my stomach.
These butterflies in my stomach.
I feel bad for her.
I feel bad for her.
I feel bad for my sister.
I feel bad for my sister.
And I have these feeling bad for my sister feelings in my stomach.
Feeling bad for my sister feelings in my stomach.
And I don't know if it's shame.
I don't know if it's shame
or guilt.
Or guilt.
But I feel bad.
But I feel bad.
In my stomach.
In my stomach.
I feel bad for my sister.
I feel bad for my sister.
I blamed her.
I blamed her.
And the reaction of me feeling bad is these feelings in my stomach.
And the reaction of me feeling bad is the sensations in my stomach. Which is kind of, yeah, it's just kind of like shifted. I don't think I'm feeling them anymore. And it's almost now, it's not like, oh, I didn't apologize. I couldn't say that before without crying, like, oh, I didn't apologize. I feel so bad. But now it's really more like, when I blamed her, because I've been tapping with her recently, and she's been tapping on how she has this tabletop of just like, I'm annoying. I annoy people, I'm annoying. And so this memory came up, and so it's just like this feeling bad that I did this and like really like not knowing everything that she was going through. And so like she already feels annoying. Here I'm like pushed, like I was violent with her and made her like leave, and she carried that with her.
Even though I feel to blame.
Even though I feel to blame.
Where do you feel that in your body?
I don't really think I'm not noticing any sensations.
Okay, even though I feel to blame that my sister has this tabletop.
Even though, well, I mean, it was a lot of different things. So I don't know if like I'm the only one to blame, but
that I contributed.
Like, I contributed, yeah. Even though I contributed, yeah, to my sister, feeling to the state she's annoying, yeah.
And that makes me feel sad. I accept myself and how I feel.
Yeah, that makes me feel sad, and I accept my feelings. I accept who I am.
Even though I was only 12.
I was only 12.
And she was banging on my door.
She was banging on my door.
And maybe that was annoying.
And maybe that was annoying, but I had my own issues.
I had my own issues.
I had my own issues.
My own 12-year-old issues.
My own 12-year-old issues.
But when I opened the door and said, what do you want?
But when I opened the door and said, what do you want?
And then threw her across the floor.
And threw her across the floor.
And didn't apologize.
Didn't apologize.
She made it mean.
Yeah, she made it mean.
I'm annoying.
I'm annoying.
And I contributed to that.
And I contributed to that because it's really easy to make that meaning for her. Yeah.
Yeah. She was only 9.
Maybe it's I'm sweating a bit now. So yeah, she was only 9.
All this hot, sweaty feeling in my body.
Hot, sweaty feeling in my body.
I let my body know it's time to process and release it.
I let my body know that it's time to process and release it.
All the way back to how I felt at 9 years old.
Or all the way back to how I felt as 12 years old. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even though I've been working with my sister lately.
Even though I've been working with my sister lately.
And she has this tabletop, I'm annoying.
And she has this tabletop, I'm annoying.
And part of me feels like my 12-year-old carries some of the blame for that.
And part of me feels like my 12-year-old carries part of the blame for that.
Because I was violent with her.
Because I was violent with her. And I did feel like she annoyed me. Like I did feel like she was annoying.
And I did feel like she was annoying. I accept myself.
I accept myself.
All these feelings that are making me hot and sweaty.
All these feelings that are making me hot and sweaty.
I didn't apologize.
I didn't apologize.
I was only 12.
I was only 12.
I was in my room with my own issues.
I was in my room with my own issues, and I was just so angry all the time.
Mm-hmm. I was angry all the time.
I was just so angry.
And when my sister knocked on my door.
And when my sister knocked on my door, disrupting my privacy, my sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. Disrupting my privacy and my sanctuary.
Disrupting my privacy and my sanctuary.
I got angry.
I got angry.
I was angry a lot when I was 12.
I was angry a lot when I was 12.
I had my own issues.
I had my own issues.
And my sister was knocking at my door.
My sister was knocking at my door.
Disturbing my sanctuary.
Disturbing my sanctuary.
And it made me angry.
And it made me angry.
So I opened the door and yelled at her, "What do you want?"
So I opened the door and yelled at her, "What do you want?"
And I threw her into my room violently.
And I threw her into my room violently.
And then I didn't apologize.
I didn't apologize.
What are you feeling in your body now?
I think now it's like, so then let me just like, so then she was 9, she would have walked out with all of that. That feels less heavy, but now it's just like the other part of it was that I really scared myself because my dad was violent and we left when I was like 5. So this is many years later, but I just remember like then me going to my bed and really crying and be like, I'm going to be just like him.
Mm-hmm. And where do you feel that in your body right now? That feeling, I'm going to be like, I'm scared. I'm going to be just like him.
Maybe still some tension here.
Mm-hmm. All this
it's
tension.
Not strong. Yeah, all this tension.
In my right shoulder.
In my right shoulder.
I remember crying in my room.
I remember crying in my room.
Being scared that I was going to be like my father.
I'm scared I'm going to be just like my father.
Gamut. Scared I'm going to be just like my father.
Scared I'm going to be just like my father.
He was so violent.
He was violent. He was so violent.
And I just violently threw my little sister across the floor.
I just violently threw my sister.
And I'm really scared I'm going to be violent like him.
And I'm really scared I'm going to be violent just like him.
All those violent memories of him.
All those violent memories of him.
I feel it in my whole body.
I feel it in my whole body. Lots of sweating.
All this sweatiness. I'm scared.
All this sweatiness. Scared. I was scared.
This 12-year-old scared feeling.
This 12-year-old scared feeling.
What if I'm going to be just like my father?
Just like my father.
This fear of being like him.
This fear of being like him.
Uncontrollable violence.
Uncontrollable violence. Hurting the people that you love.
Hurting the people that you love. I hurt my little sister.
I hurt my little sister.
I want you to close your eyes. Open your eyes. Look hard down to the left. Look hard down to the right. Circle your eyes slowly in one direction.
Is it okay if I use my hand to follow?
Mm-hmm. Letting all this 12-year-old fear go away, dissolving it. Back the other way. Yeah, it'll be like my father.
Just like my father.
Uncontrollable violence, hurting the people I love.
Violence, hurting the people that you love.
All the way back down. Okay, look at me. Hum happy birthday. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hum happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
This 12-year-old emotion.
This 12-year-old emotion.
Crying on my bed.
Crying on my bed.
I scared myself.
I scared myself.
I was violent and hurt my little sister.
I was violent and I hurt my little sister.
Hurting the people I love.
Hurting the people that I love.
I was so scared I'd be like my father.
I was so scared I was going to be like my father.
Violently hurting the people I love.
Violently hurting the people that I love. I think a new part actually just came up, so that actually felt better, but
come back to here, tell me about the new part.
Now it's just more like maybe kind of like regret, because after she left, that's when I could feel that emotion and like cry and feel that fear. But I wish maybe I could have like shared it with her and been like, I'm so sorry I did that. And I didn't mean to, and like maybe hugged her and like had some repair in some way. I wish I'd been able to do that then.
Mm-hmm. Even though I wasn't able to do that.
Even though I wasn't able to do that. I didn't know how, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I choose to step back in time.
I choose to step back in time.
All the way back to that 12-year-old.
All the way back to that 12-year-old.
Who's lying on her bed crying.
Who's lying on her bed crying.
And I sit on the bed.
Actually, I think I was like even like kneeling on the floor and like almost just like my upper body collapsed on the bed. I couldn't even like get on the bed. It was just like, yeah.
Okay. And I sit next to her.
I sit next to her.
I let her know I'm here, all grown up.
I let her know I'm here, all grown up.
And I've come back in time to help her.
And I've come back in time to help her.
I let her know she's safe.
Letting her know that she's safe.
She's not alone.
She's not alone.
And I understand exactly what she's feeling.
And I understand exactly what she's feeling.
Because I am her.
Because I am her.
And I start tapping on her.
And I could start tapping on her.
I let her know I know you feel scared.
I let her know that I know you feel scared.
Scared that you might turn out to be violent like your dad.
Scared that you might turn out to be violent just like your dad.
But you're not your dad.
But you're not. You're not
You're
him.
not
You're not him. You're not him.
You were just frustrated.
You were just frustrated. I was like carrying the anger of my family. No one, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I know that you were carrying the anger of your father.
I know that you were carrying the anger of everyone, of it all. Yeah.
But it's not your responsibility.
It wasn't your responsibility.
All that anger on your shoulder.
All that anger, like it's almost like all that anger inside your body.
Inside your body.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you release it.
And I'm here to help you release it. I'm still seeing her kind of like, now it's just like, I'm noticing like her head is just like smushed still down on the ground, and she doesn't really, I don't know if it's that she's just not wanting to see me yet or show her face, but I've just been kind of tapping on the top of her head. Mm-hmm. There's just this like, almost like just this dead body on the bed.
I let her know.
Let her know.
I understand how you're feeling.
I understand how you feel. Maybe just giving permission, and you don't have to like move or look or change anything. You can just lay here.
Yeah. I let her know she's safe.
Let her know that she's safe.
She's not alone.
She's not alone.
I'm here with her.
I'm here with her.
And I ask her, what does she want?
I ask her, what does she want?
How can I help her?
The first word that came to mind was peace. Peace.
Yeah. So I let her know if she sits up on the bed next to me, I can help her find peace by tapping.
Yeah, I'm just seeing her vaguely, but she is sitting up. It's still kind of like she's still wanting to be like a little limp. And I have often like struggled with like shutdown and dissociations. I don't know if that's like just part of it. It's just how she's presenting, but
I keep tapping on her.
I keep tapping on her.
I let her know she's safe.
I let her know that she's safe.
She's not alone.
She's not alone.
I'm here with her to help.
I'm here with her to help. I know how to help now.
I know how to help you.
Help now.
And I'm going to teach her how to tap for herself.
I'm going to teach her how to tap right now. And the thought just came to mind, like, and when we finish this, maybe she could go down and she could still repair with Leah. Yeah.
And when you're ready.
Yeah, and when you're ready.
We're going to go and say sorry to Leah and give her a hug.
Yeah, when you're ready, we're going to go down to Leah and give her a hug and say we're sorry.
And I'll be there with you.
And I'll be there with you.
You don't have to do it alone.
You don't have to do this alone.
You don't have to carry the burden of the family's anger anymore.
You don't have to carry the burden of your family's anger anymore. And it's always like this idea of like, I wonder if some of the limpness is just like, maybe it was also just not knowing how to ask for it, but it's just a desire to be like comforted or to have someone lean into. Yeah, maybe that's just part of it. Maybe it's not limp, it's just like maybe not feeling like she's allowed to take the comfort, but wanting to. So just kind of like pretending to be dead doing it.
I let her know.
Let her know.
She deserves to be comforted and it's okay to ask for it.
Yeah, she deserves to be comforted and it's okay to ask for it, it's okay to need it. It's okay to need it. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to ask for it and to need it. Yeah.
And she can call on me from the future whenever she needs me.
And she can call on me in the future anytime she needs me. Now I'm just imagining her now just like hugging me. So she's being active in receiving it. Yeah.
Good.
So.
And I let her hug me and I hug her back.
I let her hug me and I hug her back. I know how to give comfort now.
And I'm able to give her comfort.
And I'm able to give her comfort.
And I ask her if she's ready to go and see Leah now.
And I ask her if she's ready to go see Leah now. Yeah. I'm still just seeing her kind of vaguely, but yeah, there just does seem to be some peace and some humbleness. Yeah, so it's not like she's feeling like great or anything, but just like a humble, like, yeah, I can do this.
Good.
Yeah.
So I take her by the hand and we go together.
So I take her by the hand and we go together.
And we go and see Leah.
We go and see Leah.
And she said sorry.
And what was that?
And she says sorry to Leah.
Yeah, and she says sorry to Leah. I was imagining my sister opening her bedroom door and like, I never really saw her this way, but she just looks really cute and just like a sweet little girl.
And she lets her know she's a sweet little girl and I'm sorry for getting angry. And they hug. And I tap on Leah. I let her know I'm her big sister, all grown up. And I've come to teach her to help her.
And my sister would have been like, okay, any attention is great. What are you going to do?
And I let her know she's not annoying.
Yeah, she's not annoying. It's her different. She just had her trauma symptoms, which again, no one in our family ever acknowledged any of this, was like more like ADHD kind of symptoms. So she was just really hyperactive, and and I feel like it was just she was just made to feel like there was something wrong with her brain, and we all just treated her as annoying because she was she would just do things impulsively, but it was just her not knowing how to also just she was dysregulated, and yeah.
I show her how to regulate herself with tapping.
Yeah, I'll show her how to regulate herself with tapping.
I let her know I'll come back and help her every week for a while.
I'll let her know that I'll help her every week for a while.
Till she's got the hang of regulating herself.
Until she's got the hang of regulating herself.
And they both feel relieved.
And they both feel relieved.
And I let them know they can call on me from the future whenever they need me.
I'll let them know they can call on me in the future whenever they need me. And that they do end up being closer as adults.
I let them know they are closer as adults.
Yeah. And they feel close now. So it's kind of like, yeah, this is okay because this actually happens later. So why not have it happen right now too?
And I come back to the present.
Yeah, I come back to the present.
And I integrate all of this into me now.
And I integrate all of this into me now.
Take a deep breath. When you think of your sister and her tabletop issue of her feeling annoying, and that 12-year-old memory of not apologizing to your sister, how does that all feel now?
Yeah, I apologize to her. She would have like walked out with that all in her body. That feels okay.
How does your physical body feel? Your shoulder?
Yeah. It feels, yeah, it feels, I feel relaxed. I feel more at peace with it, which is what I was kind of wanting. Yeah,
and I want you to say, when I was 12, I was scared I was going to be like my father, violent.
When I was 12, when I was 12, I was scared I was going to be violent like my father and to hurt the people that I love. Yeah. Yeah, I was afraid I was just like him. I felt like I was going to be just like him. Yeah, and I had so much anger. Yeah, it feels okay. But I did have so much anger that I really did feel like I was just like him sometimes. That feels okay to say.
So know that you can also go back and tap on other times when you were angry and release it there at its origin.
Right, yeah. It's funny because when I first started tapping, the practitioner that I tapped with, we were talking in a memory of something, and she suggested, she's like, do you think you were angry? And I was like, no, I wasn't angry. I'm just never angry. It took me years actually to finally get to the point where I'm like, oh, I was full. I was like inside, I was raging, but I suppressed that so much I couldn't acknowledge it. Yeah. It took me a long time to realize that.
So how do you feel now thinking back about all that?
It feels a lot lighter. I'm not imagining any like dark cloud around me. I just really see myself as like, also as just like this 12-year-old who, like as a 12-year-old, not as like an adult really, because that's how sometimes I saw myself.
Good.
Yeah, it all feels very good, very peaceful.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for being that demonstration.
Thank you.